कुंज बिहारी जयो राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीर वनचारी यमुना तीर वनचारी जयो राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जयो राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय श्री श्री राधा माधव की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Thank you. So today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, the Summum Bonum, Chapter 60, Krishna teases Rukmiṇī, verse number 58. 58 and 59. We will recite verse number 58. śrī-śuka uvāca evaṁ saurata-saṁlāpair bhagavān jagad-īśvaraḥ sva-rato ramayā reme nara-lokam viḍambayan śrī-śuka uvāca evaṁ saurata-saṁlāpair bhagavān jagad-īśvaraḥ sva-rato ramayā reme nara-lokam viḍambayan श्री-शुक उवाच एवं साurata-saṁlāpair भगवान् जगदीश्वर sva-rato ramayā reme nara-lokam viḍambayan श्री-शुका उवाच evaṁ saurata-saṁlāpair bhagavān jagat-īśvaraḥ sva-rato ramayā reme nara-lokam viḍambayan śrī-śuka उवाच evaṁ saurata-saṁlāpair bhagavān jagat-īśvaraḥ sva-rato ramayā reme nara-lokam viḍambayan śrī-śuka उवाच evaṁ saurata-saṁlāpair bhagavān jagat-īśvaraḥ sva-rato ramayā reme nara-lokam viḍambayan śrī-śuka उवाच evaṁ saurata-saṁlāpair bhagavān jagat-īśvaraḥ sva-rato ramayā reme nara-lokam viḍambayan śrī-śuka उवाच evaṁ saurata-saṁlāpair bhagavān jagat-īśvaraḥ sva-rato ramayā reme nara-lokam viḍambayan śrī-śuka उवाच Śukadeva Gosvāmī said, evam, in this way, saurata, conjugal, saṁlāpair, by conversations, bhagavān, the Supreme Lord, jagat, of the universe, Ishvara, the Master, sva, in himself, rataḥ, taking pleasure, ramayā, with Ramā, the goddess of fortune, that is, with Queen Rukmiṇī, reme, he enjoyed, nara-lokam, the world of humans, viḍambayan, imitating. Translation and purport by the disciples of Srila Prabhupada. Translation. Śukadeva Gosvāmī said, and so the self-satisfied Supreme Lord of the universe enjoyed with the goddess of fortune, engaging her in lovers' talks and thus imitating the ways of human society. Purport. The word viḍambayan means imitating and also ridiculing. The Lord acted like a husband of this world, but his pastimes are transcendental and expose the perverted nature of mundane activities aimed at bodily sense gratification. Next verse number 15. Translation. The Almighty Lord Hari, perceptor of all the worlds, similarly behaved like a conventional householder in the palaces of his other queens, performing the religious duties of a family man. Thus end the purports of the humble servants of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada to the 10th canto, 60th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam entitled Lord Krishna Teases Queen Rukmiṇī. Om Ajñāntimirandasya Jnānāñjana Shalakaya Chakshu Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So I am honored and happy to be here offering this service in ISKCON Vrindavan. We have been reading this chapter where Lord Shri Krishna, one day, he starts a joking conversation with Mother Rukmiṇī, hinting towards separation. Hare Krishna. Jokingly, Krishna is saying that you may choose somebody else. I am not very qualified to be your husband. This is the time when Rukmiṇī Devi is grandmother. And at this time now, Krishna is saying, you choose somebody else. Jokingly. So initially Mother Rukmiṇī takes it very seriously. And in that seriousness, she feels that I will lose Krishna. I will lose my service to Krishna. And she faints. And when Krishna calms her down, picks her up and tells her that, look, I was just joking. Then she replies with her great knowledge and devotion that what you said actually is true. I am not qualified for you. And she actually uses Krishna's words, which Krishna spoke to denigrate himself, to put himself down. She used the same words to prove how actually these words are glorifying Krishna. That is her intelligence. And Krishna was very pleased with the words of Rukmiṇī Devi. And Krishna glorified Mother Rukmiṇī. And then Śukadeva Gosvāmī, in these two verses, is giving a conclusion of the chapter and helping us to understand the lessons learned from this chapter. That Krishna is sva-rato means self-satisfied. Self-satisfied. He is happy within. He doesn't require anything outside him to be happy. There is no external source of his happiness. He is himself happy, self-satisfied. He is Sat, Chit, Anand. Anand means bliss. Bliss means perfect happiness. Not like the happiness of this world. The happiness of this world is not perfect. It's imperfect. It's temporary. It's an imagination. It's an illusion. It's not real happiness. And Krishna, he is equal to happiness. Sachid Anand, equal to happiness. When Krishna is born in the room of Mother Yashoda at night, so all the Brahmana ladies, they assemble to see the prince, to see the beautiful boy, just born baby. And by morning time they realize nobody has informed Nanda Maharaj. Nanda Maharaj woke up in the morning and he is not aware that at midnight a son is born to me. He is not aware. So he went to the fields in the morning. At that time Yashoda was sleeping in a separate room, in the maternity room. So Nanda Baba woke up early morning and went to the fields. So he was not aware that Krishna is born. So the Brahmana ladies in Yashoda's room started discussing, hey, did anybody inform Nanda Maharaj? They said no. Immediately they selected one elderly Brahmana lady, said you go. You go right now to the fields and inform Nanda Maharaj that a boy is born. So she was very happy to be the messenger. So she went to the fields. Nanda Maharaj was there, his brothers were there, his staff and servants were there, cows were there, and he was supervising some field work. So she came close to Nanda Maharaj, but now words are not coming out of her mouth. It is such a joyful news. So she couldn't speak anything to Nanda Maharaj. He is a king. But then she has to convey the news. So she spoke to one of the servant of Nanda Maharaj loudly, so that Nanda Maharaj can hear. She spoke to the servant, hey, didn't you go to see Nanda's chora? Nanda ka chora dekhne nahi gaya? Didn't you go to see Nanda's boy? As soon as Nanda Maharaj heard this, there were hairs standing on his end and tears were gliding from his eyes, and he became stunned in ecstasy hearing the news that Krishna has arrived. And he was so happy, he removed his diamond necklace and gifted to the elderly lady. And he started running towards the house. And while running, he told his brother, whatever cows are visible now in the field, you give them to the husband of this lady. While running, Nanda Maharaj became confused. He became confused, who is born? Boy or dash? What do you think will come in the dash? Boy or joy? He was confused. Who is born? Whether boy is born or joy is born. Because he was so joyful. And that's how in Vrindavan on Janmashtami, they sing. What do they sing? Nanda ke ghar Anand bhayo. Who has taken birth? Boy or joy? Anand has taken birth. A joy has taken birth in the house of Nanda Maharaj. Full-fledged, concentrated bliss has taken birth in the house of Nanda Maharaj. So Krishna himself is joy. Krishna himself is bliss. Krishna himself is Anand. So one who is Anand, will he look outside for Anand? No, not at all. So he is self-satisfied. He is happy within himself. And what is our condition? We are not happy at all in the conditional world. We look for happiness outside us, in objects. But these objects don't give happiness. It is illusion. People have a list of 5 items. If I go to that shop or the mall and do shopping and purchase these 5 items, I will be happy. And they do that every weekend. But please understand, the very owner of the shop has 50,000 items and he is not happy. How will I be happy taking 5 out of those 50,000 items? Objects don't give happiness. The soul is also Satchidanand. And the soul can get happiness by connecting to Krishna. But in the illusory concept that I am this material body, we find happiness from other material objects. But that is not happiness. That is illusion. For example, stool. Can stool give happiness? No. What about the pig? The pig thinks I am happy. Can you go and convince the stool? Can you go and convince the pig? Don't eat stool, eat puri halwa. This is better. Pig will say, don't disturb me, I am having feast. Pig thinks this is source of my happiness. And we laugh on the pig. And humans eat pizza, thinking this is source of my happiness. And Indra laughs on humans. And Indra takes Somras, thinking this is source of my happiness. And Brahma laughs on Indra. And Brahma eats something, he thinks this is my happiness, and Krishna is laughing on Brahma. All the world is in illusion. There is no happiness. When we take some sweet, say gulab jamun, and as soon as you put the gulab jamun on your tongue, you feel happy, right? From where does that happiness come? Does it come from gulab jamun? Let us analyze. What are the ingredients in gulab jamun? Anybody knows? What? Sugar, maida, khava, ghee, fire, cardamom, water, right? So what you have in your hand is a ball consisting of these items: sugar, maida, khava, cardamom, fire, water, etc. Does it contain happiness? When somebody makes gulab jamun, they put 2 kg happiness? No. So you have a ball which doesn't contain happiness. As soon as it touches your tongue, you are happy. From where does that happiness come when it is not part of the ingredient in gulab jamun? It is an imagination, it is an illusion. It comes because a desire in the heart is fulfilled. There are millions of desires, and one of the desire is eat gulab jamun. So when we put it on my mouth, check mark, desire fulfilled, we become happy. We become happy not because of gulab jamun, but because of check mark. Like sometimes in the office I have 10 tasks. The first task is something which I hate, and it is done, and I check mark. I feel happy. Why I feel happy? Because I did the task? No, because of check mark. Tick. Task accomplished. So because desire is fulfilled, there is feeling of happiness. It's imagination. And the list is dynamic. As soon as I check mark, eat gulab jamun, the entry in the list goes away and a new entry comes, eat one more gulab jamun. So I eat one more, again check mark, again I feel happy. Again the third entry comes, eat third gulab jamun. I eat third, again I feel happy because check mark, 10th gulab jamun. Again I eat 10th gulab jamun, I check mark, again happy. Now there is no new entry. There is no new entry, eat 11th gulab jamun. Now if your friend puts a 11th gulab jamun in your mouth, there will be a fight. Now there will be no pleasure. Now after 3 hours, entry will come, eat 1 gulab jamun, then we can eat and have happiness. So happiness is not coming from objects. It is coming from fulfillment of desires. Young boys play football. And if they kick the ball at a particular location, they feel happy. Now you tell me, who gets any tangible benefit by kicking a ball at a particular location? What do you obtain by that? Nothing. But there is an entry in the list of desires, created entry, that if I kick the ball in this net, I'll be happy. So because you kick the ball in the net and there's check mark, you feel happy. Otherwise, what is the tangible benefit? And suppose after 45 minutes of running around, sweating, you kick the ball and it goes 1 centimeter outside the net, you are not happy. Not even half happy. If it goes 1 centimeter inside the net, you are happy. But there is no tangible benefit. This is illusion. If I make the net bigger, keep kicking, you will be happy? No. Or better, I purchase 20 balls and give one to everybody, keep kicking your balls. You'll be happy? No. Because there is no such entry. So we have list of desires. A desire fulfilled gives feeling of happiness. We don't obtain happiness as a product. It is just a feeling because of check mark. And a desire unfulfilled gives distress. Now how many desires we have whole life? Millions. More than millions. How many get fulfilled? Very few. So very few events of happiness are there. Most of the events are unfulfilled desire, so there is distress. That is this world, dukhalayam ashashvatam. So searching for happiness in sense objects is illusory. It doesn't exist. Dukhalayam. Dukhalayam is house of miseries. Like pustakalaya. What is pustakalaya? Bookshop. You go to pustakalaya and say, give me sari. What will the person say? You are a fool. Can't you read? It's bookshop, pustakalaya. You can't get sari here. So we go to Shyam Sundar, say, my dear Lord, give me happiness. He says, you fool. I created this world and I put a nameplate, Dukhalayam. And you are coming here and asking me happiness. It doesn't exist. Happiness doesn't exist in Dukhalayam. Like sari doesn't exist in Pustakalaya, bookshop. So happiness doesn't exist. But we go to the shopkeeper and say, give me happiness. Like going to the shopkeeper of the book and say, give me sari. It doesn't exist. So we are in this world not to get happiness. We are in this world to exit. Exit. Go back to Krishna, in the spiritual world. And there we will be happy. Why we will be happy? Because we have a natural relationship with Krishna. Here everything is artificial. Like a small baby who is crying. As soon as you put the baby in the mother's lap, baby is happy and peaceful. Why? Because there is a natural relationship. The baby doesn't identify the face of the mother, no. But the baby identifies the lap of the mother. There is a natural connection. If there are 10 Matajis in the room and you take a crying baby and one by one put in the lap of each Mataji, in whose lap baby will be quiet? In own mother's lap, because baby identifies the lap. If there is Miss Universe in the room and you put the baby in the lap of Miss Universe, the baby will be quiet? No, baby has nothing to do with beauty. Or there's a rich lady in the room wearing 2 lakh rupees jewelry. Will the baby be quiet? No, baby has nothing to do with money. Baby wants own mother's lap. Why? There is a natural connection. In the same way, we have a natural connection with Krishna and only Krishna. So only when we go to Krishna, we'll be peaceful. You go to anybody else, Brahma, Shiva, Indra, Chandra, Varun, Vayu, Ganesh, Durga, it will not work out. It will not work out. So repeatedly in the scriptures and in the purport, Srila Prabhupada is saying, take shelter of Krishna, surrender to Krishna, perform devotional service to Krishna. That is natural. Anything else is unnatural. So, Krishna is joy. Krishna is ananda. Krishna is bliss. That self-satisfied Lord is imitating human nature and joking with his wife, Mother Rukmiṇī Devi. Imitating human nature because he has come in the human society performing pastimes. And when he comes in human society performing pastime, he plays his character perfectly. As Yashoda's son, he was such a perfect child, that by his naughty activities, by his mischievous activities, Yashoda's love will increase. When he will play, when he will become hungry, when he will cry, when he will steal butter, when he will do mischief, by seeing these activities, Yashoda Maiya's love will increase. That's vatsalya. That's how a mother's love increases when the child is mischievous. If somebody has a child who sits whole day in one corner, no cry, no talking, no mischievous, no toys, mother will say, oh, what a dumb child I have. He's not even doing masti. He's not even naughty. He's not even crying. They will not like. They want the child to do something, to grab the attention. So Krishna's childhood pastimes are such that it increases Yashoda's love. So Krishna's pastime as a friend, Sakha, is such that it increases the love of Sakhas. And Krishna's pastime as the lover of Radharani is such that their love increases. And here Krishna is playing as a perfect husband. So the love of the queens of Dwarka increases. So he is imitating human behavior. So sometimes husband and wife quarrel for fun. They like to tease each other, they like to pull each other's leg. So there is some achar in khichdi, so there is some variety. So Krishna is doing the same thing because he wants to see some anger, loving anger of Rukmiṇī Devi. So he is imitating human behavior. And he is also teaching us that the so-called husband-wife relationship in human society, that is not great. That is perverted of the real transcendental happiness which happens between husband and wife in the spiritual world. Because Krishna is in the center. On bodily concept, husband and wife, or father and child, mother and child, brother and brother, or friend and friend, their sense gratification is in the center. And that is not great. That always ends up unpleasant, always ends up with bitter experience, always ends up with frustration, always ends up with fight, separation. But when Krishna is in the center, that is transcendental happiness. When Krishna is pleased, both the parties are happy. Just like I have left hand and right hand. If the left hand is wounded, the right hand will apply medicine or bandage. If the right hand is wounded, the left hand will apply bandage. But both the hands together will feed the stomach. That is how a husband and wife should be. They should lovingly take care of each other and together feed Krishna. When they together feed Krishna, then both are happy. When the hands together feed stomach, then both are happy. the whole body is happy. Krishna is the stomach of the house. Krishna is the enjoyer of the house. We are not enjoyers of each other. Husband is not enjoyer of wife, and wife is not enjoyer of husband, and parents are not enjoyer of children, and children are not enjoyer of parents, and family members are not enjoyer of the household paraphernalia. No, we are not enjoyers. Krishna is the supreme enjoyer. So in our house, if Krishna is enjoying, then that is perfection of our householder life. If in our ashram Krishna is enjoying, that is perfection of our brahmachari ashram or sannyas or vanaprastha ashram. If I am enjoying, say I am staying in the temple, I am enjoying resources of the temple without serving Krishna, then I am a deviated path. If I am in a householder ashram and just fulfilling my lust and sense enjoyment, trying to eat nicely, trying to have physical relationship nicely, trying to increase the opulence of my house and money, but without having Krishna in the center, then that is failed life, that is failed ashram. So, the human society is a perverted reflection of the actual society. And what is the main difference? In human society now, each one of us is in the center. And in our relationships, our sense enjoyment is in the center. But the actual spiritual opulence is Krishna is in the center. When Krishna is in the center, then everything is peaceful. Srila Prabhupada used to give example when there are differences among his disciples, that if there is a pond and on the surface of water, if you throw pebbles at different points, then there will be many ripples, they will cutting each other. But if you throw many pebbles at one point, there will be many ripples, but they will not cut each other, they will make a beautiful design, concentric circles. Why? Because they are going at one center. So in the same way, if the whole society serves Krishna, then everybody will be very happy and peaceful. That is the real unity of the society. That is real universal brotherhood of the society. That is the real United Nations, Prabhupada said. Prabhupada said ISKCON is real United Nations, because we are uniting citizens of various countries. When Prabhupada used to walk across the United Nations building, so when he came next time for the second walk, he saw the number of flags were more than the previous visit. So he told his disciples, the number of flags are more. That means this is not United Nations, this is divided nations. Because they are divided, that's why the flags are increasing. And in Bombay, in Mumbai, Srila Prabhupada did a Pandal program. 30,000-40,000 people used to come. So the last day of the Pandal program, almost 50,000 people were there in the audience, and Prabhupada officiated a wedding of a Australian Mataji and American Prabhu. And he officiated everything, and that both were foreign bodies. So India, there is attraction of white bodies. So the Prabhu was in nice white dhoti kurta and she was in red sari, very attractive. And they did fire sacrifice and 7 circles around the fire, took their wedding vows, everything on the mic, and people are seeing two foreigners of two different countries marrying in a third country on a stage with 50,000 audience. And at the end of the marriage ceremony, Prabhupada took the mic and said, "This is real United Nations." And people clapped like anything. It became a breaking news in the newspaper headlines. So unity comes when Krishna is in the center. And happiness comes only by serving Krishna. So with these pastimes, Krishna is inviting us, come to me, come to my happiness, come to my transcendental happiness, become my family member, come to the spiritual world. Don't remain conditioned like a pig and a dog and a donkey working hard. Krishna is inviting us through these pastimes. So any intelligent person should go back. not stay here. Krishna is waiting for us in the spiritual world. Since how many years Krishna is waiting for us? Million, trillion, unlimited, uncountable years. He loves us so much. Now you tell me, if somebody is waiting for you since millions and millions of years, how many more years you want him to wait? At least courtesy-wise we should go back. Somebody is waiting, how many more hours we should want him wait? How many more years? So it's urgent. It's urgent to go back. And that's why ISKCON. There are many temples. Why one more temple? Why Prabhupada started ISKCON? Already there are lakhs of temples. Because ISKCON is different. It is not like other temples where you just come and break your coconut, fulfill your desire. Of course, Krishna will fulfill our desires, but ISKCON is for going back to Krishna, loving Krishna, surrendering to Krishna, 100%. Yesterday I was in VIG, I was sharing the same class, same point. That ISKCON is so that we serve Krishna and become 100% lovers of Krishna. Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam braja. Mam ekam. Ekam means only. Only me. Krishna says, Mam ekam, only me. Give your 100% to me. That's why ISKCON is started. That we come to practice and learn to give 100% to Krishna. 100% skill, 100% wealth, 100% energy, 100% time we give to Krishna. Of course, gradually. And 100% love for Krishna. Krishna doesn't want your 90% love. Krishna doesn't want your 99% love. Krishna doesn't want your 99.99% love. He wants full 100%. That is his standard. If somebody comes and offers us a glass of water, 99% pure, 1% dirt, will we accept it? No, my standard is 100% pure water, not a single black or white piece. I don't want. So why Krishna's standard is less? If a husband tells wife, I love you, 99%. 1% I love neighbor's wife. Will it work out? No, wife says I want 100%, husband says I want 100%. So how much Krishna wants? 100%. So that's ISKCON, International Society for Krishna Consciousness, to gradually elevate ourselves to 100% love Krishna. So within our capacity we do full-fledged bhakti, especially those who stay in Vrindavan, very fortunate. So Prabhupada has given us a simple formula. Wake up early morning, take shower, apply tilak, wear wash clothes and come for Mangalarti. Pay obeisances, chant and dance, then Narsingha Arti, Tulsi Arti, minimum 16 rounds of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra on Japa beads, then Shingar Arti, Guru Puja, class, Prasadam, 4 regulatory principles, daytime service, evening Arti, reading, and festival fasting, preaching. That's all. How difficult is that? It's not difficult to attend. You just have to come and be in the temple for 4.5 hours, 4:30 to 9. This 4.5 hours away from the temple, what we will accomplish? Little sleep, that's all. Or little TV or video or newspaper. That's all we will accomplish in this 4 hours morning, 4:30 to 9. What great we will accomplish if we are not in the temple and in our room? Not much achievement. But if we are in temple, almost out of 64, 50 devotional service, 50 items of devotional service is done. Charnamrit is done, Tulsi worship is done, obeisances is done, parikrama is done, chanting is done, hearing is done, arti is done, clapping is done, dancing is done, flowers is done, agarbatti is done. Almost out of 64, 50 is done just by being in the temple. And most of the things we don't have to do, we just have to be participant. Aarti somebody is doing, Kirtan somebody is doing, we just have to stand. class somebody is giving, we just have to sit. So much great benefit is coming just by sitting 4 hours in the temple in the morning. And comparatively zero benefit is coming if those 4 hours you are in your room. Maybe little sleep, that also disturbed. And whole day guilty, I didn't go for Mangala Arati. Right? Better is to participate. So Prabhupada has given very simple formula which will purify our heart and we receive Krishna prema. So Lord Shri Krishna, by these pastimes, is inviting us. He is always happy, but he is inviting us, look, there is much greater happiness in my loka, in my pastimes, in my society than in your pastimes, than in your activities or in your society. It's perverted, it's not real. So please receive this invitation. Please hear Bhagavatam every day and get inspired to go back to Krishna. Let us not make him wait more. Enough is enough. He has waited enough for many years. Let's go back. And Krishna will be so happy to receive us in the spiritual world. With tears in his eyes, he will embrace us. And he will say, Dharmatma Prabhu, where were you all these days? I was waiting for you. Come have some nice feast. Krishna is so welcoming. That is love. So we should be determined. We should be serious. This life, last life. No more birth. No more going into the womb of the mother again. If you go back to the womb of the mother again next life, as soon as you are born, in 2 years they will send you to school. And you'll have to study A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And then 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4. And then Baba, black sheep. And Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Same thing you'll have to do next 25 years, which you already did millions of times. Is it worth it to do again the same thing repeatedly? Not worth it. So we are very fortunate to be in association of devotees in ISKCON society. So we should use this opportunity to become pure servants of Krishna. Okay, we will end here. Thank you very much. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Are there any comments? Yeah.
When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was traveling in South India and also going to Vrindavan, whoever saw him became ecstatic, and whoever saw that person became ecstatic, and they all became Vaishnavas. And that's just such a short time ago, 500 years ago. So the taste of Krishna consciousness is so much superior. How is it deteriorated so quickly that people forgot all about Krishna in a very short time, when the Vedic culture, just by seeing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they were chanting and dancing, and whoever saw that person, who saw that person, they all became Vaishnavas. But then it seems like things deviate very quickly in this world, and we go back to our eating stool instead of halava. Why we do that?
Well, the only answer I have is that's the influence of Maya and Kali. Kali Yuga was so powerful and so influential that our consciousness or people's consciousness got degraded. Maya is very powerful. We see even now in last 10 years. Last 10 years, earlier Maya was outside the temple walls. Now it's in the pocket. Who knows in private room what is happening with the mobile? Very powerful. Maya is working very hard. Comparatively, devotees are not working so hard to defeat Maya. So yeah, that's what I can think of. You have an answer, please share.
I only have a question today.
Degrading doesn't require much force. Going up requires force. Yeah, next question.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you for video lecture. There are two things we mostly hear. First, like there is no happiness in this world. Like as when we get relieved from our suffering, that is happiness. Like if person has lost some money and now he got back, that is happiness. And second thing, we hear that happiness is there, but it is temporary. So can you clarify like what is there? Like happiness is there or not there, or either it is temporary?
So, okay, happiness is there as an illusion. It doesn't exist. But whatever we call happiness, even that is temporary. So first it's not there, but if somebody says, no, I am happy, then that is temporary. What we call happiness is not happiness, but if you want to call it happiness, please know that it will end. You're with me? Yeah, so what is happiness we don't know. But we have some experience which we call happiness. What is happiness you know only in the spiritual world or the liberated stage. So whatever feeling we have now, we call it happiness. The word is same. So whatever we have now, that is also temporary. Okay, is that okay?
Thank you.
Next. Yeah, you can give the mic to Prabhu. Oh, sorry. Okay, we end here. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Hare Krishna.